Okay, we're live.
Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and call this meeting to order at 7:01 p.m. Is Asia on the call?
Asia asked me to do the minutes and attendance.
Okay. If you wouldn't mind, could you go ahead and take roll call, please?
Yep. So when I call your name, please just say if you're present. David Gonzalez.
Present.
Thank you. Awa.
Let me look it up.
Awa.
Here.
Thank you. Mason.
Here.
Thank you. Leslie. Jaylene. Haas. Okay. Talawanami.
Here.
Yeah. I'm here. Louise. She's not here yet. Gia.
Here.
Thank you. Manuel. Not here yet. Merve. Oh, Haas is here. Okay, thank you. Tessie.
Here.
Thank you. Shannon.
Here.
Anthony.
Here.
Charles. Charles, here you go. Stevens. No, okay.
Wait, did you say Stevens? You mean David Stevens?
Yes,
Okay, yeah, here.
David Stevens. Thank you. Daniel. Is Daniel here? No. Edmund.
Present.
Thank you. Carmen. Carmen's not here. Jared.
Here.
Thank you. Nicolette.
Here.
Thank you. Asia's not here. Tiana.
Here.
Thank you. Nadira.
Here.
Thank you. Kellen.
Here.
Thank you. Jessica.
Here.
Thank you. Amaya.
Present.
James. No, James. Taylor Urban.
Here.
Thank you. Jocelyn.
Here.
Thank you. Charles Sparks. See here. Valerie Miller. Okay, I'm done. I'll leave.
Thanks, Kendall. Can I go ahead and get an approval of the minutes?
So moved.
Thank you, Edmund. Can I also get an approval of the agenda?
So moved.
Thank you. We don't have anyone for student forum. We don't have old business. As for new business, the main thing I wanted to speak about today was academic relief. Austin, if you want to fill in how you've been working with faculty senates and their responses.
Yeah, I can definitely do that. So on Wednesday, we had met with the faculty senate to talk about what students would like to have in their academic package. And they, at that point, were going to pass an academic package that didn't include satisfactory, unsatisfactory grading. After me, Irving, Saheem, and I believe Ali was also on that call, we jumped in there and we started talking with the faculty senators. We were able to push them to see our perspective that we should have more options than less. And originally, they were still against adding anything to the academics policies and regulations committee, but today we were able to receive, yesterday we were able to receive a package that they were considering, which would allow up to 2 undergraduate courses or no more than 6 credit. So they're editing this document at the same time. They've adjusted it to 8 credit hours for the fall 2020 semester to be used as satisfactory, unsatisfactory. The satisfactory will need a C- or higher requirement, or excuse me, equivalent to become a satisfactory grade, which for those of you who do not know, some degree programs require that you need a C-, or excuse me, a C to be eligible to receive credit for that prerequisite course. Those classes, they will need to get department approval before they're able to move forward with their progress in using that grade. But yeah, Irving, you can add things at the end. So satisfactory, unsatisfactory obviously does not affect your grade point average. And if you get a unsatisfactory course mark, then that credit will receive no credit towards your degree program. With the updates, they have added that you will need to get advisor approval for using satisfactory, unsatisfactory grading to make sure that you're able to use in the best way that fits what you're doing, and make sure that you don't end up hurting yourself in the long run by accident. You'll be able to opt into this option until January 11th, 2021. Or if you don't use it, then obviously you'll get your instructor assigned grade. I believe we mentioned this last week, but course withdrawals will be included. WX or WF grades will be turned into WE, which is course withdrawals with extenuating circumstances. So that should help students, and it will not count against the UNC 16-hour limit. That is all that I have on for this. If I could just say a few things of why this is actually a positive and not a step back. If this is approved, this is giving students more options than not having any. That's what we've been advocating all along. They will be able to protect themselves, whether it comes to financial aid, restrictions and whatnot for their grades, to make sure they get the GPA that they need to continue to stay at university. While some have mentioned that getting a C- doesn't really benefit them, to be able to have the choice to adjust their grades to help them keep their funds coming in to stay at college is very important to many students, especially during COVID, whenever a lot of people are utilizing loans and whatnot to stay in college. If Irving has anything to say, I can definitely yield over to him.
I was just gonna add that a lot of students are unaware that like what we're getting or what we may be getting is like satisfactory, unsatisfactory. And a lot of them are under the impression that we're fighting for like pass fail, which is like two separate things. And pass fail, you could have an F and technically pass your class, but for satisfactory, unsatisfactory, you need that C minus. I know Dr. Hamilton and Ali talked about like creating a video to like explain to students like how to use this and what situations you could use this, the pros and cons, blah, blah, blah. At this point, we leave next week, so that's kind of like that's not going to happen. But I was wondering if y'all had any suggestions on how we can get the word out to students, because a lot of students didn't use it and they could have used it. He said there was hundreds of students who just didn't opt in when all they had to do was click a button. So I think there's like a lot of opportunities to educate students on when they should use it, when they shouldn't use it, depending on their degrees, just to help them better understand what they're opting into. That's all I had.
Yeah, so during this time, I mean, if you all have any ideas about how we can get this out to students, that'd be great, because I know when I think it was Irving, Edmund, Sahim, and I were in a meeting with Dr. Hamilton, we tried to get a video done, but that was last week. And I mean, I've heard nothing from him. And I know Faculty Senate still hasn't voted on it, but still informing them of their options, if they're a possibility, would be more necessary than not. So if you have any ideas, Gia, you can go ahead.
Yeah, I think something that we could do is like, if it does get approved, someone can like make a video of them at their computer showing how to select each of the options. I think that'd be a really good way to show like how you could use it. Also, we can make cute infographics to put on social media, but those are my first two thoughts.
Thanks, Gia. Peyton?
Yeah, I was just gonna say, also I'm having problems with my webcam, so if it cuts out, I'm really sorry. Anyway, so I was just gonna say, I think last semester, one of the issues was that the school literally, from my perspective, a lot of students felt like the school was encouraging them not to use the satisfactory, unsatisfactory. I think that, you know, the video that I believe Dr. Hamilton also made last semester, wasn't necessarily the most helpful tool. So I feel like if we could explain to students, yeah, obviously talk to your advisor, but this is an opportunity that is available to you and not something that you should be discouraged from using. Because I think last semester, I mean, at least from my perspective, I heard from students that they felt like the school was straight up telling them just not to use it, which it's there for a reason. So.
Thanks, Peyton. Paige?
Yeah, I was literally gonna second Gia and Peyton's second their sentiments. Definitely just trying to get something out on social media, Instagram, and really Twitter now, because a lot of people, they go on to Twitter and talk about the satisfactory, unsatisfactory, the pass or fail, and like how schools are gonna implement it. So definitely like something that we could create, or something that the school would definitely like agree with, that we could put on there, that's putting accurate information out there to get everybody's questions asked. And then as well as with Peyton, talking about how the school was kind of discouraging us from using it, but kind of making sure that we're putting it in the language to where it's being encouraged, and to where they won't feel discouraged about like grad schools or anything of that matter.
Thanks, Paige. Yeah, for sure. Irving?
Yeah, I agree with like, I just think last year we didn't really know what we were doing. And I think they just like, I was trying to think of a metaphor, but I can't think of one. But like they just gave us the, you know, this glorious option, and a lot of students used it. And a good majority of those students used it when they shouldn't have used it, when like people had B's in classes but used satisfactory, unsatisfactory, which that doesn't really make sense. So I think part of that is what discouraged the university from doing it this year. But if we do a better job explaining like why students should use it, or like someone in Ali's case where he's like wanting to go to med school, using satisfactory, unsatisfactory might not be a good idea for him. So like in those instances, yes, we need to educate students that are going into those fields or trying to go to grad school, because we don't want students to have this and then they hurt themselves in the long run. And I think that's part of what, what Dr. Hamilton tries to get across when he discourages people. I just don't think he does a good job at doing that. But that's the message that he's trying to get across from the meeting that we had with him.
Thanks, Irvin. Austin?
I also wanted to just throw out there any like video ideas that we are thinking about doing. We can, even if we do go home. We could do, we create a script. You could speak somewhere where you're comfortable if you wanted to be a part of it, type thing. And then we could like edit it and whatnot from like distance and stuff like that. So if you have ideas for videos, definitely don't be discouraged. You can throw them out there. We may have to like tweak it, but just want to throw that out there to you all.
Thanks, Austin. Something that we discussed with Dr. Hamilton was potentially having it for this semester and for next semester. Did the APRC talk anything about that, Alison?
Could you reiterate that? I'm sorry.
No, you're good. Something that Dr. Hamilton and the group of people that I was with talked about was having academic relief for this semester and next semester potentially, as of the way COVID is looking right now. So did the APRC agree with that or what?
So the APRC, what I was showing you all with that proposal, that hasn't been voted on or approved yet. That is being voted on now, and we will know if it's approved on Wednesday, whenever we go to that meeting per their recommendation. If they don't approve it, there still is an opportunity that somebody could add that as an amendment, and then the faculty senate votes on it. It just depends on what they do there. But I can pretty much confirm they are 100% against doing it next spring as well.
That's fair. It was an idea that Dr. Hamilton and we talked about, but I just wanted to see. Irving.
Just to add context about what Ali's talking about, when Dr. Hamilton worked at Berkeley, students had the option before the semester started. A certain amount of their classes, they could actually choose, I want my gym class to be a pass-fail class, but I want my, specific major classes I have to get a grade in. And he mentioned that, and he said that that's something that he thinks that would be beneficial to students in the future if COVID will continue to affect our education, which it seems like it will for at least this semester, next semester, and who knows how long this will be going on.
Thanks, Irvin. Does anyone else have anything they'd like to add? Any ideas? Austin, is there anything else you'd like to add?
Nothing. Well, I mean, you may want to discuss the Senate meeting next week, but I have nothing else.
All right. Yeah. Okay, well, I appreciate your all's input. As for another piece of new business, next week is the last week of school, as we all know. So I wanted to see what you all thought about having a meeting next Tuesday, per usual at 7 p.m., or not having one at all and making this the last meeting of the semester. Gia.
I would say make it the last meeting of the semester because I know historically in SGA we haven't had Senate before Thanksgiving break. I know a lot of people are going to be leaving and traveling, especially if they live on campus. So I don't know if it'd be conducive to have a Senate meeting.
Thanks for that perspective, Gia. Does anyone else have anything, any input on that? Jared?
I thought a few weeks ago we voted to cancel the meeting, this last meeting before break. I could be wrong though.
No, we definitely talked about it, but I don't think we ever had like a solidified idea. I just wanted to get everyone's opinion.
Well, I would say, if it were me, I would say cancel, mainly because there's going to be a lot going on that week, especially for people who live on campus trying to move out, and classes ending at the same time. So, I feel like having a meeting would be a bit of a burden, even though people don't want it to be. But that's just me. So, yeah.
Okay, well, just to get an idea, if you would like to cancel the meeting next week, drop a Y. If you don't want the meeting to cancel next week, drop a N for no. Okay. So we're gonna go ahead and cancel next week's meeting and make this the last meeting of the semester. Seeing that there's no one else, we go ahead and move into reports. Austin, if you would like to start once I share my screen. I don't have host access.
Can't you share your screen though?
One second, it's being weird. I apologize. I was checking to see like privacy content or something like that.
Well, since this is our last meeting of the semester, I guess this is my last report for the semester. So office hours and cell phone, email, contact information. What I've been up to is had the faculty senate meeting last week. I was going to talk about what we literally just talked about a few minutes ago during the pushing APRC committee to add satisfactory and unsatisfactory. So I won't go over that again. Had ASU this weekend. Something I found interesting whenever we were meeting them is we talked about our schools having pass-fail versus satisfactory, unsatisfactory. We also passed a resolution to be sent to the Board of Governors for them to push for pass-fail system-wide. They included, even in like A&T's pass-fail option, that they have to have C- or better to utilize that option. So I just found that very interesting. We use different wording, but we're essentially doing the same. No school, except maybe one, uses pass-fail to include anything that is above a F to count as a pass. So yeah, I had the council body or the council student body president's meeting, and I'm wrapping up classes. On the left there is a picture of one of the goats from the urban farm. So if you're interested, definitely consider joining. But with the urban farm, it's been flooded because of all the rain that we had last week, I guess. So hopefully tomorrow we'll be able to get out there and do a little work. If you're interested, definitely let me know. I'll leave if you want to skip to the next slide. So what's coming up next is I'll be doing a Glenwood Urban Farm video project with them, helping try to help them try and grow as we move forward into next semester and whatnot. Have a faculty senate meeting tomorrow where we'll advocate for satisfactory, unsatisfactory grading. That's really the make or break it meeting. Hopefully we can encourage them to add it to help students and give them more options. On, I believe that's Thursday, I'll have a student leaders roundtable with Ali, Irving, and then other student leaders around campus. That should be really helpful to, as a final one for the semester, to see where we're sitting going into next semester. We'll also have a GSA collaboration meeting with Chris. So I look forward to that as well. And then meeting with Dr. Akins on that following Monday. I included a little piece down here. So we've had this semester to figure things out, and to figure out what we need to do moving forward. But next semester, we really do need to step up in a completely different direction. Everyone needs to get involved to help advocate for students as best as possible, from the little things to the big things, to make sure that we're doing all that we can, and we're not forgetting about anybody. We have a lot of representation in SGA of different backgrounds, identities, and different aspects of the student body, and we need to utilize all of those. So I encourage you all to brainstorm over the break and figure out how you can make your impact through SGA to help students. But with that, wrap it up. Thanks, Ollie.
Thanks, Austin. Peyton.
Hey everyone, hope everyone's doing well so far. And if you've started doing finals, I'm sorry, but I hope it's going well. So just what I've been up to, exec council meeting on Monday. I've been trying to connect with Dean Hamilton regarding student concerns. I think Ollie can empathize with that one. Been text banking some more for the Georgia runoffs. I've been doing conduct hearings. It says all week. I know it's only Tuesday, but we've had a few so far. I've been meeting with my student advisors, prepping them for their cases. I met with Dr. Craig today to address some student concerns. I met with Kaylee about the governing docs committee on Sunday, and then I did the Scholars Advantage interview last week. I have I had a quote instead of a photo because I'm so busy and don't take a lot of pictures right now. But my quote for this week is, "The world is changed by your actions and your examples, not by your opinions." So just what's coming up, another executive council meeting, I think on Monday, conduct team meeting on Friday. I've done a professional development thing again, so I'm excited about that. Meeting with Austin, Ollie, and Kaylee as needed. Governing docs committee meeting hopefully coming up. More hearings next week, and then finals.
Thanks, Peyton. Similar to Peyton, I haven't really had time for pictures, so there's no pictures this week. My office hours are the same. My email's there. What I've been up to, executive council meetings, senator one-on-ones, and committee chair one-on-ones. If you still have not contacted Asia for scheduling, please do. I'm trying to knock them out before the semester ends. I know it's kind of bad timing when we all have finals and we're trying to figure out like going home and things like that. So if you can, please get in contact with Asia or myself, and we'll definitely make something work. Tuition fees, student forums, had that last week. I did 2 of them. Let's see, meeting with Dr. Hamilton for winter housing and academic relief proposals, as we mentioned earlier. Working with the APRC for academic relief alongside Austin, and then ASG, which was this past weekend. That went pretty well. It was a bit long-winded per usual, but we only meet once a month. And then what's coming up, basically planning for next semester, honestly, since this is the last meeting. More roundtables, more initiatives for outreach, and since I finally got a handle on how we have to technically run Senate online, I have ideas for conducting it next semester in a way that we can still get out there and definitely pursue the rest of our platform, especially on terms of service and things of that nature. Continuing to do the one-on-ones, as I mentioned, scheduling speakers for next semester, SGA Executive Council meeting, which is next Monday. Hopefully, if it's dry enough outside tomorrow, I'll be volunteering with Austin at the Urban Farm, and then working with the APRC for academic relief, and making sure we have a solid answer on that, and then working on code-related issues and meeting with Austin Peyton as needed. And definitely want to say thank you to everyone who's participated this semester. We've done a lot, even though we've had a lot of obstacles. People think that SGA doesn't do much, but I definitely think we have done whatever we've been able to do. Like, we passed 7 pieces of legislation. We're working on service-oriented things. We're working on creating better leaders. We're working on advocating for students, and we're working on academic relief. So I feel like we are doing the best we can during this time period of coronavirus, but I definitely want to thank each and every one of you for coming to the meetings, taking your time out of your Tuesday nights, and whatever nights of the week you are doing SGA work, and I definitely appreciate each and everyone's time. So for Senator Forum, any senator can speak up for 2 minutes on anything pertaining to SGA. Just drop an X in the chat. Seeing that there's none. Oh, Irvin.
I just wanted to say thank you to our advisors, Meredith, Dr. Craig, and Jawan, for all their help this semester on top of their full-time jobs that they already have. Well, not Jawan's full-time job, but his assistantship.
I definitely second that, Irvin. Anthony.
Yeah, I just wanted to say thank you to everybody in SGA for a good semester, but especially to Austin, Ali, Irv. I've seen y'all putting in a lot of work with the academic relief, and I appreciate for that because people really need it and a lot of people really want it. So I don't want that to go unnoticed. And Austin, I know you have been working your butt off for it, and it somewhat can go unnoticed and seem like you're not, doing anything. But from what I've seen, you really are working real hard. So we appreciate that, and thank you so much.
Thank you, Anthony. Anyone else for Senator Forum? Going once, twice. All right. As for announcements, any SGA member could speak up to 2 minutes on any announcements they may have. Ty?
Gosh, I don't know what happened. I'm sorry, y'all. Okay, I just want to say y'all have a good winter break. I just want to thank each and every one of you for all your hard work. And also, I just want to take the time to say, take some time for self-care. Like, I know this break is not really going to be a break Thanksgiving-wise because finals are the next week if you're not already taking finals. So just remember while you're eating your turkey to relax and not think about finals. And y'all just enjoy y'all winter break.
Thanks, Ty. I definitely also want to shout out to the interpreters. They definitely have been helping us out every single meeting after we got the live set up. So thank you to each interpreter that we've had for every meeting. Anyone else for announcements? Anyone else? Seeing that there's none. Austin, do you have anything else to add? Any closing
No,
remarks? All right. Sounds good. Just checking. Kendall, if you'd like to go ahead and do adjournment roll call.
Okay. I'm just gonna do the same as last time. So if I call your name, please just say present. David Gonzalez Hernandez.
Present.
Thank you. Awa.
Here.
Thank you. Mason.
Present.
Thank you. Leslie. Jaylene. Haas.
Here.
Thank you. Telawanami.
Present.
Thank you. I'm here. Louise. Gia.
Here.
Thank you. Manuel.
Here.
Thank you. Merve. Tessie.
Present.
Thank you. Shannon.
Here.
Thank you. Anthony.
Here.
Thank you. Charles. David Stevens.
Here.
Okay. Thank you. Daniel. Thank you. Edmund.
Here.
Thank you. Carmen's not here. Carmen.
I'm here.
Thank you. Jared,
Here.
thank you. Nicolette,
Present.
thank you. I don't think Asia's here. Tiana,
Here.
thank you. Nadira,
Here.
Kellen, thank you. Jessica,
Here.
Amaya,
Present.
thank you. James Taylor,
Here.
thank you. Taylor,
Here.
thank you. Jocelyn,
Here.
thank you. Charles Sparks, Valerie Miller. Okay, I'm done, Ali.
Thank you so much for stepping in, Kendall. And once again, thank you to all the advisors, interpreters, and all the Senate, as well as the executive cabinet and legislative board. I hope you all have a great rest of your week and next week, and do great on your finals. And please have a great break and de-stress. I'm gonna call this and adjourn this meeting at 7:37 p.m.